What's up, math brainiacs? Welcome back to Arithmophilia. Don't forget to subscribe. For today's video, we are going to talk about the concept of geometric means. Specifically, its definition and how to determine the geometric means of a given sequence. But before that, let us be guided of our objectives that we need to achieve at the end of this video tutorial. First, define geometric means. Next, determine the geometric means of a given sequence, and lastly, solve real-life problem involving geometric sequence. Without further ado, let's now start our discussion, starting with the definition of geometric means. When we say geometric means, these are the terms between any two non-consecutive terms of a geometric sequence. So, given a geometric sequence with the first term, a sub 1, and the common ratio, r, the general term is given by the rule a sub n equals a sub 1 times r raised to the power of n minus 1. This time, for us to better understand this concept, let's consider the following examples. Example number 1, find the three geometric means between 5 and 3125. In symbols, we can represent the problem as this. Here, we need to determine our a sub 2, a sub 3, and a sub 4. In solving this problem, we will be following three steps. First step, we need to identify our missing and given values. So, we have here, a sub 1 equals 5, a sub n which is equal to 3125, and our n is 5. In this problem, we are looking for the common ratio, a sub 2, a sub 3, and a sub 4. Second step is, to substitute all the given values to our formula. This gives us, 3125 equals 5, times r raised to the power of 5, minus 1. For our final step, we will now be determining the missing values by solving first our common ratio. Here, we will subtract the exponents, which are 5 and 1, to yield 4, which will give us also an equation of 3125 is equal to 5r raised to 4. Next, we will divide both sides by 5. 3125 divided by 5 is equal to 625. We now have 625 equals r raised to 4. In order for us to get the value of r, we need to first eliminate its exponent, which is 4, by putting fourth root in both sides. So, r is equal to 5, since the fourth root of 625 is 5, or that is 5 multiplied to itself 4 times. Now, to determine the three geometric means, we will simply multiply 5 to our first term and so on. Therefore, the three geometric means are 25, 125, 625. Is it understood? Now, let us have example number 2. Given that the third term of the geometric sequence is 9, and the sixth term is negative 243. Write the first 6 terms of the sequence. In symbols, we can write the sequence like this. We need to determine 4 terms to complete our sequence. First step, we need to identify the missing and given values. So, we have here, a sub n equals negative 243, we will be using 9 as the a sub 1, but our n will become 4. In this problem, the missing values are, the common ratio, a sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 4, and a sub 5. Second step is to substitute all the given values to our formula. This gives us, negative 243 equals 9, times r raised to the power of 4 minus 1. For our final step, we will now be determining the missing values by solving first our common ratio. Here, we will subtract the exponents 4 and 1, to yield 3, which will give us also an equation of, negative 243 is equal to 9r raised to 3. Next, we will divide both sides by 9. Negative 243 divided by 9 is equal to negative 27. We now have, negative 27 equals r raised to 3. In order for us to get the value of r, we need to first eliminate its exponent, which is 3, by putting cube root in both sides. So, r is equal to negative 3, since the cube root of negative 27 is negative 3, or that is negative 3 multiplied to itself 3 times. Now, to determine the missing values before 9, we will divide 9 by negative 3 and so on. So, we have, 1 and negative 3 as a sub 1, and a sub 2, respectively. To determine the missing values after 9, we will multiply 9 by negative 3 and so on. So, we have negative 27 and 81. Therefore, the missing terms are, 1, negative 3, 27, and negative 81. Is it understood? I hope it's a yes. For you to practice your newly learned skill on geometric means, try to do this task on your own in your notebook. Do the activity entitled, "What can you insert?" By inserting the indicated number of geometric means between the given first and last terms of a geometric sequence. This time, let's reflect on this question. How can knowledge on geometric means will help us solve real-life problems and make our decisions? Let's go and see. For the application. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, announcements in school were sent using Text Brigade. On one particular day, the principal informs 2 teachers on an update about health concerns. Each of whom sends the message to 2 other teachers, and so on. Suppose that text messages were sent in 8 rounds, counting the principal's message as the first. How many text messages were sent during 2nd to 7th rounds? Let's start solving this problem, Brainiacs. In solving this problem, we will again be following 3 steps. First, let us identify our given and missing values. We have, a sub 1 equals 2, a sub n which is equal to 256, n which is equal to 8. So, we are looking for the values of the following. The common ratio, and a sub 2 to a sub 7. Next, let's substitute all the given values to our formula and start solving for the missing terms, by determining first the value of the common ratio. Substituting the given values, we now have, 256 is equal to 2, times r raised to the power of 8, minus 1. Now, we will subtract the exponents 8 and 1 for us to get 7, which will give us also an equation of, 256 equals 2r raised to 7. Next, we will divide both sides by 2. 256 divided by 2 is equal to 128. We now have, 128 equals r raised to 7. In order for us to get the value of r, we need to first eliminate its exponent which is 7 by putting 7th root in both sides. So, r is equal to 2, since the 7th root of 128 is 2, or that is 2 multiplied to itself 7 times. Now, to determine the geometric means, we will multiply 2 by 2 and so on. Therefore, the 6 geometric means are 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. With these results, we can conclude that, there were 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, text messages sent during the 2nd to 7th rounds, respectively. Are all these clear, class? Good job, Brainiacs! Before ending this lesson, please take note of this. For you to measure your previously learned understanding on geometric means, you can answer the 10-item test that I have prepared for you on my Quizizz.com account. How? Just search or click the link in the video description below. Enjoy! This ends our lesson for today. Thank you, Brainiacs. See you on our next episode.